Now let's immediately jump into styling the sidebar. To style the sidebar, next to our HTML file of it, we also need to use the CSS file. First of all, I will target the sidebar by its own class, and here I will set the width of my sidebar to be 250 pixels. I will also position the sidebar to be fixed, and I will move it to the left side. So for that I will need to use left of 0. I also wish that my sidebar is spread from top to bottom, so I will use top 0, bottom 0 as well. And the last things for my sidebar, I will use background color of it to be the white one, which is FFF, and I will use box shadow here, which will be, well, 1 pixel, 5 pixel, 10 pixel, and the color of it will be D1, 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 which is a bit grayish color. The one last thing to set up here is the Z index, and I will set this to 1. So why we will use this Z or Z index? Well, because we will also have the top bar under our sidebar. If I would use the top bar over my sidebar, it will be just weird, specifically because we have this box shadow on our sidebar. So what I will do is just put the sidebar over my top bar in these 250 pixels from the left side. So it will look that our top bar and sidebar are wrapping our main content in the middle, which you will see in next few videos. Now next to sidebar we also do have our logo, so target the sidebar again and then logo section itself, not the image inside. I will use text align center, so I could move that image to a center of the sidebar, and I will use a margin here. Let's use 20 pixels top, 0 pixels left and right, and 40 pixels for a bottom side. Now inside of our logo we have the image, so here again target your sidebar, then a logo section, and then IMG, well, image element inside. The width of the image, as you know, the image is currently quite big. I will just set this to be 50%, so a half of it. Well, not the half of the image, but half of the sidebar. And now we can focus on our navigation, which is our links. So here use again sidebar, but now you target your navigation, which is a section. Inside we have unordered list and list items. For my list items, I will put first of all margin to be 10 pixels top and bottom, 0 pixels left and right. On each of those list items I will also put padding to be 5 pixels top and bottom, 15 pixels left and right. I will also put cursor to be pointer, so whenever we hover over those list items it will look like we are hovering over the link itself. And the last thing, I will use a transition here because I will have some hover animation on these list items. The transition will say all is 0.4 seconds. Talking about that hover animation, I will grab entire line here with the sidebar, navigation, unordered list and list item, and down below I will use it again, but now with hover pseudo class. I will use it once again with active and also with focus pseudo classes as well. So what I wish to do on these states of our list items? Well, I will change the background color of my list items. The background color will be set to 333, 333. And the last thing, as you know, our list items also do have these anchor tags, so let's target those as well. Again, use the list item and anchor tag inside now. For my anchor tag, first of all, I will use text decoration and set that to none to remove that weird underline that links by default have. Also, I will set the color of my links to be 333, 333, which is also the hover color for my list items, so that animation will look nice. And why do I think that? Because we will also on a hover change the anchor tags to have a white color. So you will see that the list item will change from the light to dark and the text itself will change from dark to light, which will look nice. Font size of my list, of my anchor tags will be 20 pixels, and also transition here, because we will use those hover, active and focus states. Transition will say all is 0.4 seconds, and once again grab these and let's use now hover pseudo class, then active pseudo class, and last one is focus. Here what I can do is just set the color to be FFF. But before we check our browser, I made a mistake here. I used my hover, active and focus pseudo classes on my links. I don't wish to do that. I wish to use all of those on my list items. So here hover, then for this one active, and for this one here, focus, because when I hover over the list items, I wish to style my anchor tags as well. And that should be enough. Now in my browser, we do have indeed this sidebar with this nice box shadow. We do also have our logo itself, looks nice, and we have our summary by country and live links. If I will hover over those are also styled, so that looks quite nice. The one thing that you can notice here, we don't see the top bar content and also that hello world text that we have. That is because our sidebar is currently positioned as a fixed element, and also we have that z-index of 1, which means that it will, well, in a stack size it will come up first. So basically the top bar and the hello world are behind our sidebar. But don't worry, we will fix that soon. So by that, in the next video we will create the markup for our top bar, well, our nav bar, and we will use a Bootstrap 5 to do that.